I know Parasite is a good film because I watched it, but reading is like jogging for the eyes. It's like after a while, you kind of a little tired. And when you read, because I also feel like if I'm reading, I'm not watching. What is it called? Birth of America.
Oh, Birth of a Nation?
Birth of a Nation. Birth of a Nation. The original.
So I watched the original in like a film class in college.
Okay, let's do this. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
I have heard about it.
If you heard about it, everything you need to know is there.
That's kind of how I felt. I didn't feel I needed to give it my time.
I don't know, does it, that's an interesting question, does D.W. Griffin and does Birth of a Nation need more time in our
I really think it's a good film.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know it's crazy to say that as a black person, but I think I watched it over COVID, or at least somewhere in that time in the early stages of it. Because, like, I hear about this all the time, but I've never seen it. I'm not big on silent film. Actually, I'm not. Actually, it taught me that I'm actually okay with silent films, like reading the captions or whatever. I'm not the biggest subtitle person. Like, it's a lot of, like, if you give me a foreign film right now and you tell me I'm reading the whole thing.
Yeah? So you're not into anime?
No.
Or do you just watch
I watch it in English.
You watch
like,
it in English.
Squid Games. We watch this shit in English. You give me an English option, we watch it.
For real? You watch it in English?
Yes.
I haven't watched Squid Game yet at all. But I can't imagine like live action stuff. There's no world where I'm watching.
I mean, I will say though that like a silent film is designed and meant to be read, and a foreign film is not.
You are missing.
And now, with a lot of these foreign films, or like we're not getting a foreign film that was like they were constantly thinking about their American audience. It was like this is the film we're making.
Yeah.
And so like Parasite, I know Parasite is a good film because I watched it, but reading is like jogging for the eyes. It's like after a while you kind of a little tired. And when you read, because I also feel like if I'm reading, I'm not watching. And as a cinematographer, like you built this world to be seen, and you're doing this is not giving you that full experience. So Birth of a Nation taught me that I'm actually okay with this. But I was amazed at how like I was locked into this what was happening in this movie, knowing that this is a racial thing, this is about the Klan and all this type of stuff.
It's pro-Klan propaganda.
And it was good as fuck. Like just as a story, and I think too, if I was just like a regular person that just want to watch a movie or that's into just want to be entertained, maybe I don't have the same position. But as like a filmmaker, I'm seeing like, damn, that was actually a good little scene for a silent film, and it's like it's this section in the middle where they're looking for this slave, and it's riveting. Like
when they cross the ice like river bit, or is that what you're talking about?
I think it crossed. So I can't even say if it was
we
ice.
watched mostly like clips in class. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing in order.
So in the middle is a point where like this slave is hiding in the bushes and whatnot, and one of the Klansmen, they're just going around circling trying to find him, and this just is like it's a chase. It's a big chase scene, and then this woman is found, like she sees something. This is a whole thing. I'm not going to remember it all. I just remember I was entertained throughout from not to start to finish, but once I gave it its time, eventually I'm like, this shit is all right.
So I'll say two things on that. One is that like I wish I'd remember what he said, because the best like explanation of talking about D.W. Griffin was I was watching Kevin Wilmot in a talk back after seeing
Kevin
Black
Wilmot.
Klansman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Writer of Black Klansman.
Yeah, I saw him talk at Free State Film Fest, and he was talking about teaching D.W. Griffin in class and like how difficult that is to like wrap your head around, like whether or not you should talk about him or whether or not you need to place him in film history or not anymore. And I really wish I remember what his answer was, and it was really intelligent, really intellectual, and I wish I would.
Can you summarize it in worse words?
I don't think I can. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say second is that is the thing.
But he does teach it in class still.
I don't remember if he does or not.
I hope he does. I'll ask him when he joins the Midnight Movie Club.
There you go.
You should. I think he'd speak on it way better than I could speak on it. But that's the thing that I've learned from First Timers Movie Club is that every movie we watch that's like Lolo showing me a movie that's an old one that's like long, I'm like, I think it's gonna be long, it's gonna be boring, I'm gonna get tired. But I've kind of noticed if you give yourself the time to watch a lot of these classic films, people
like put your phone away and like actually like
if you actually give yourself the space and time to sit and watch a film, most of them are really fucking good. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times we just have all these distractions to take us away from
makes it harder
actually giving a movie our attention.
I wonder, you're saying about the director of Birth of the Nation, if he should still be a part of it. But I kind of feel that's, you know, in ways you do as a creative person, as directors and filmmakers and artists. A lot of these people are terrible, or many of them have done terrible things. Woody Allen, we mentioned, Roman Polanski, you know, up to Bill Cosby. But at the end of the day, you know, some of these people help form and shape.
Yeah, we're definitely getting to art versus artist.
And it's weird because, like, you do want to condemn them. You don't want to have to always preface that I don't support such and such. It's like I think people should understand. That's why I even enjoy making podcasts and doing long form podcasts, because, you know, if you gave me 3 minutes to try to like explain Bill Cosby, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't responsibly.